United States, which means I live in a country that overall has appallingly awful sex education. And sex education isn't just about teaching people how to use condoms. It's also learning about our bodies and what is this thing that my brain is kept in and how to do body. So because of that, I just wanted to make a video for all my fellow ladies out there, particularly you ladies who are sort of just entering puberty and sort of like, things are happening, what is this? Because you might not have access to sex education. I also am going to recommend 2 YouTube channels. One is hosted by a woman named Lacey, and it's called Sex Positive. I also want to recommend Sexplanations, hosted by Lindsay Doe, and hers is more what you would experience in school. And now on to my own topic, a very brief list of what every girl should know about her body. As a side, I am talking biologically today. I don't want to make anyone who's not CIS feel excluded, but I'm talking about biology, so when I say things every girl should know about her body, I am meaning people who are born with vaginas. First of all, say the word vagina! Say vagina, say clitoris, say labia, say G-spot, say uterus. Cuterus, if you feel so inclined. These are just words. They're just body parts. If you were telling someone that you had a question about your arm, you wouldn't feel the need to make up some weird slang term for it. Now to go a little higher up, I wanted to talk about a couple boobie issues. First of all, your boobs, not symmetrical. They're just not. They're giant pockets of fat and glands and tissue, and they're probably not symmetrical. And if you've noticed that, don't feel bad. Next on the boobie topic is to do regular breast checks on your own. The next time you're in the shower, just give it a try. If this was the area around the outside of your breast, just take a couple fingers, push in fairly hard, and just rub around and see what's there. And the bonus of giving yourself this little mini exam when you're in the shower is you get familiar with which lumps are normal, so that if you ever do have breast cancer and a strange hard lump appears, it'll be easier for you to recognize it because you know what lumps are supposed to be there. Next is caring for your vagina and the rest of the parts in the surrounding area. Do not put water in your vagina. Just don't. Don't! Things that can go in your vagina are other body parts, like penis or fingers or tongues, lube that's made for your vagina, not just random stuff you find around your house, and sex toys, again, things that are made for your vagina, not just random things. You might think it's a good idea to put water in your vagina because that's how you shower the rest of you, so why not? But the vagina actually has a really delicate pH balance that it maintains on its own. It kind of cleans itself the same way your nose cleans itself. That's what secretion is. Anytime something gets in that's not supposed to be, your vagina will just secrete some moisture and get it out. The same as if something were to get in your nose, you sneeze, and that's how you get rid of it. That being said, you can feel free to rinse water on your outside. So we're going to give you a diagram. Boom! Diagram of vagina. One of the weirder things I've done on the internet. So think of it like this. You have your labia here. This is the actual entrance to the vagina, the canal. This is your clitoris, clitoral hood, and back here is your G-spot, which is technically part of the clitoris, but we refer to them separately. Now, if you want to flush water here, that can actually be really beneficial, especially if you're sexually active, you're using artificial lubes, or if you just went for a jog that day because you're a human being and you get sweaty and sorry, just a gross fact of life. Rinsing water over the outer parts of your body is actually great and can help you stay very healthy and just clean and hygienic. You just don't want to put water actually in your vagina. We're going to talk about mirrors and just body image overall. As much as possible, avoid just standing in front of the mirror or looking at your reflection. I read something on Tumblr that I think summarizes this issue really well. So you know how when you're looking at a word for a really long time and you're just staring at it until eventually it doesn't even look like a word anymore and you have no idea if it's spelt right and it's just totally bizarre? That's kind of what girls do to their bodies when they're staring in a mirror. So if you're going to look in the mirror while you're straightening your hair or something, that's totally fine. Just avoid gazing at yourself constantly. Going back to labias for a second, I just wanted to mention that labias can vary a lot. Your labia is what people would refer to as the lips of your vagina. There's an outer labia and an inner labia. Sometimes the outer is longer, sometimes the inner is longer. Sometimes they're a very pale flesh color, sometimes they're more purpley or pink. None of these are wrong or bad or weird. They just vary, the same as your nipples can be different colors and shapes and sizes. So don't compare your body to your friend's body or the bodies in porn or anything like that, because it's totally natural for everyone's body to look different. Planned Parenthood is an excellent resource. Even if there's not a Planned Parenthood in your area, their website still has tons of information on it, which I'll link to below. And they usually have phone numbers that you can call even if you're out of state to just gain some general information. On the topic of more sexual pleasure-based things, know your body and know what you like. Just use your hands, look at a mirror so you can see everything, and figure it out. But you have to remember, if you don't know your body and you don't know what you like, how the hell is any partner gonna figure it out? Part 2 of this, women masturbate as well. And that's okay. And the last thing I want to mention is the period talk, by which I mean menstruation is not a big deal, so stop freaking out about it. I mean, if you want to complain a little because you have cramps and you just don't really feel that good, that's fine, you're allowed to complain, but it's not the end of the world. Stop using PMS as an excuse for being an asshole. If you're a little bit crabby because you don't feel good, that's understandable. But if you're just doing things that make you a bad person, that's not your period. You're just being a bad person. And if your period is causing enough problems that, like, you just can't even function, you're collapsed with pain, there might be something wrong and you should talk to your doctor about it. Please don't be embarrassed about buying pads or tampons or any other kind of feminine hygiene product. It's just something you need. You're not embarrassed about buying toilet paper or paper towels or anything like that, so you shouldn't be embarrassed about this. If you're at an age where you're about to get a period, you're sort of just waiting for that first period to happen, please don't make a big deal about it. But I knew girls in middle school who were freaking out about their first periods, either because, oh my god, I have to have my first period because then I'll be a real woman, or, oh my god, I'm gonna get a period, I'm gonna bleed, and I'm gonna die, and it's gonna be awful. Neither of those things are true. It's just a period. You're just menstruating. It's just an egg with some uterine lining coming out. No big deal. So that's the end of my list. I hope you found it helpful and that the resources I included are helpful to you. I'm sorry if I seemed overly intense at any point. I'm just so passionate about this, and it just drives me insane that comprehensive sex education is like a liberal agenda. Like, why is giving people facts about their own bodies? Maybe one day I will look up some information and do this version of a video for boys. If you're a guy who would like to see that, leave it in the comments below. And if you know any girls who need to see this video, please by all means share it along with all of the links I included. I'll put them all in the description. And alright, that's all. Have a good life, enjoy your body, and stay educated.